What other things have you eaten over time, sort of more traditional foods?
Gusha. It's like Morocco. It's really yummy. Also,
You just have to explain what Morocco is like, because otherwise it's like...
It's like, it's kind of, it puts you off because it's so slimy and green and like sticky.
It's like slimy spinach.
Yeah, but it's like, it tastes exactly like spinach. It's really nice. And pap. I grew up with pap. Love it still.
I think most of us did in some way or another. Pap is that the maize porridge, or the polenta if you're from Italy maybe, or grits, but a little bit more sticky if you're from the States.
And boinchies is like beans, like curried beans, but they're also really nice. But you cook them for like 4 hours and stuff, but they're really nice. Yeah.
Grasshoppers?
I've never eaten a grasshopper, too scared to.
Yeah, I must admit, they're just crunchy.
Ooh.
There's not much more to them. They're crunchy and oily. So if you like crunchy oily, then it works, but you know,
I've tried a pani worm once, but that also put me off because worms are
wormy. But what about the earthworms? Sorry, I didn't know earthworms. I don't think are traditional food anywhere, except for maybe, you know, two
school.
kids.
Yeah, we dared each other to eat it, so we ate them together.
All right. So food-wise, and also, I mean, again, I think there's a lot of, in fact, there's many talks we can still have in future as well, and we're also going to talk with Becky over time, but there's so many different aspects growing up here. But from a cultural point of view, you went for a number of years to the creche outside in Utah.
3 years.
What age about?
I think I was about 4 to 6 maybe.
So building up to big school, as we used to call it.
Yeah. And I was the only white girl for a year or two, and it's really cool growing up with different people. And I only spoke Shangaan. I could speak very little English for a long time.
I believe your mum also mentioned sometimes it'd be a little bit
harder
for them to talk to you than it would be for Gladness, for instance.
And then now I've nearly completely lost Shangaan because I'm at a different school now.
How's Afrikaans going?
Oh, I'm so bad at Afrikaans. I can't speak Afrikaans.
But given a bit of time, you'll speak Afrikaans, Shangaan and English all fine
as
you grow up, so that's one of the benefits. This is Patsy. You guys haven't met Patsy before. So, and I don't mean to distract you, and I'm sure I won't be able to do so. Nor will Patsy. Hello, Patsy. How long has Patsy been with you guys?
She's been with us nearly 6 years.
Okay, she's doing well, eh?
Yeah.
She's keeping the baboons and the monkeys and the leopards and everything at bay.
24 puppies, I think. 3 different litters, but still.
It's like the wild dogs. So 20's going to come to us now. He's going to get jealous. Let's think of a few other things. We went through so many things earlier. So growing up in the creche, one of the stories that were interesting is, I presume it would have been around the 2000 floods that you were going to the creche. So that's 9 years ago. What's that? What's 9 minus 13? I mean, you've been in school more recently than I've been. About 5, 6.
Yeah.
You had to wade through the river to get to school at age this big.
And we had to walk about from the car, and we walked down through the river and up, and then 2 kilometers to the creche. No, not that far. It was like a kilometer. And yeah, every morning for a week or 2.
Okay, was it fun?
Not really. I can't really remember.
Okay, I can imagine.
It doesn't sound fun.
I mean, well, I grew up in the Midwest, which is a little bit different. It doesn't rain there often, but whenever it rained or whenever there was sort of heavy weather or water outside, the school would be very excited because it's different. People would run around and there's water and things to play with.
There's droughts and stuff all the time, and it's dry.
And then now there's a number of the pictures. Sorry, my mind's jumping on as well. That's the problem with sort of trying to plan things. You can't. But just keep sticking with school a little bit. For a number of years, then you guys drove from here to Hoedspruit, where you currently live, every day. Eh? So in the morning you'd get up at what time? And then quickly tell us a normal day before you move to Hoedspruit.
Okay, we used to get up at about 5:30, 5:45, and we get about 15 to 20 minutes to get ready. And then we'd leave it, I think, 6:10.
See, if you could stick to that as you get older, you'd be in good shape, huh?
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes to get ready. But anyway, that's a different subject.
Yeah. And then we'd get to school at about 5 minutes before school starts, and school started at 7:30. So
you drive all the way there on the gravel road.
And then after school, which was 2 o'clock, we drive home again, and then do it the next morning and the next afternoon.
Do you miss it?
No.
Not the driving, the being in the bush.
Yes. Love being in the bush.
Catch-22 scenario.
Yep.
And now you live in Hoedspruit.
Yeah.
What's that
Just
like?
during the week. It's different, but it's cool because we can do more extramurals and sports and horse ride and where we can't do that here.
No, you can't. You could cycle though.
Yeah.
Or you did cycle.
I did cycle, and we went into a lion pride, and that completely put me off cycling in the bush. So
yeah.
cycling
Really?
in the bush again.
Only a couple of lions.
Yeah. with babies and females and males. No.
Tell us a little bit more about it. What was happening. So you were cycling along with the whole family? Or?
No, my dad and me were cycling, and Becky was in the back of the vehicle, but they were a little bit behind us, and we were like cycling.
Yeah, you had a vehicle. I remember so you had a vehicle following in case of that kind of scenario.
Yeah, a bucky, because it normally happened. Well, with my mom and my dad, because they cycled often.
That's a good story about elephants.
Yeah, and we turned the corner, and there was this big pride of lions in a game drive vehicle watching them, and then it was just really scary.
So did you do like?
No, I just stopped, and I was like, my dad's like, don't run, and I was like, okay.
How about cycling really fast?
Yeah.
How fantastic, eh? What other things did you do? Just thinking back, to play around here. I mean, we'll talk about pets a little bit more just now. We've got a brilliant piece of video as well, which we'll show you in a few minutes. But what other things did you guys play? I mean, I was obviously a boy. I played Cowboys and Crooks and all those kind of things a lot. But I mean, you and Becky, only a couple of years different. What were the typical games you played around here growing up around Juma?
We got our dolls and stuff, and we normally, when we were little, we played with our dolls and our Barbies and stuff. And then we loved to go to our staff village here, and we play with the kids there. Or they'd come over, and then we got a pool a few years ago, and we loved to swim and stuff. And then the staff children would come to us, and they'd come swim and
have a lot of fun. And did you play house with the dolls, or did you play lodge?
Yeah, we did play house, kind of. And
not lodge.
Well,
too much hassle,
I don't know, but our dad made us a big little Barbie house thing, so yeah.
And more recently, you've got a tree house.
Yep.
Do you guys spend much time there?
Well,
it's not a tree house. Sorry, just to explain. It's more like a deck.
Yeah, it's more like
grown-ups can use it very effectively as well.
But we sleep up there sometimes. But yeah, it's lots of fun because we go do sundowners there and stuff.
You miss coming out here?
Yes.
You enjoy it every time you come out?
Yep.
Why?
Because it's so different to the cities and stuff. It's just like so peaceful and stuff.
Do you enjoy it? Do you think as you grow up you'll spend more time in the bush?
I want to now, but I'm sure when I get older I'd want to move to Cape Town or somewhere. But I'll come visit here often, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you will as well. What do you think, Zoe? Shall we play that little monkey thing?
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yep.
What was his name?
Mikey.
Mikey the monkey. Now, unfortunately, we couldn't, as I mentioned earlier, get the sound over it, so we're just going to talk through it a little bit. But let's have a look at Becky, Zoe, and Mikey the monkey. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't have the sound of that, but I listened to it earlier, and one of the great pieces is where the towel is being handed back and forth. I mean, what ages were you guys about there? Can you remember?
I was about 4 and Becky was about 2 or 1.
So Zoe just tried to inhale her water. I don't know. You'd think living in the bush, terrorizing leopards and elephants and everything, you'd learn how to drink water from a glass, but you're right, Zoe?
Yeah.
You're fine. Well, I'll talk a little bit, just so you can get your composure back again. But I think one of the great things, so you were about 4, Becky she was about 2.
Yeah, I was like 3 or 4 and Becky was 1 or 2.
Okay. And the monkey was like...
It was a few weeks old, it was young.
Yeah,
not even a couple of days.
Yeah, it was tiny. Now there's an interesting piece in that, if the outcome of that story was, your dad was saying once you guys took him back out into the garden, it's literally just at the back of the house,